Hi everyone, this video is going to be for two brand new Ulta eyeshadow palettes, and they are called the 12-piece natural eyeshadow palettes. As you can see here, there are two different color combinations these palettes come in. One is called Gilded Gold and the other is called Rose Gold, and these retail for $20 each, and they each contain 12 eyeshadow shades. I will put a link in the description box specifically to where you can find these new palettes if you are interested. And as a bonus, I'm very happy to be able to give away two brand new palettes, one in each color combination, to two lucky viewers who are subscribed to the channel and who like Allura Beauty on Facebook. The link to all social media places are in the description box below. So yes, you do need a Facebook account in order to be eligible to win one of these two palettes. If you don't have a Facebook account, no worries. I host a lot of giveaways and there will be one where you simply have to be a subscriber. If you want to see more in-depth reviews for these palettes, not just swatches, I write those at allurabeauty.com and post them after I have fully tested out all of the shades on my lids. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to swatch the colors for you so you can kind of see how they apply and so you can see what the colors truly look like once they are on the skin. If you haven't seen my video for YSL's brand new 10 pan shadow palettes, then I will link that video right here in the window for you to click on if you're interested in seeing swatches of both of those palettes. Alright, let's get looking at these new 12-piece natural eyeshadow palettes from Ulta. So here's what the outside of the palette looks like. We'll take a look first at Gilded Gold. And you can see that they close via a magnet. They contain 12 shades in shimmering, glittery, and matte shade combinations or finish combinations, and there is a brush included also. So I'll swatch each row from left to right. We'll start with Luster, Gilded, Flicker, Starlit, Opal, and Midnight. Then we'll continue with Bone, Tan, Singed, Scorched, Lava, and Coal. So we start with Luster, which is a slightly goldened champagne with a metallic finish. Next we have Gilded, which is a very soft tan color with silver shimmer. Next is Flicker, which is a really soft bronze with kind of coppery golden shimmer. This shade is really flaky, so it consists of more flakes of pigment and shimmer than a smooth underlying pigment. Next up is Starlit, which is a glittery soft brown with silver and bronzed glitter, and again it has the same kind of flaky consistency or texture, so not a smooth underlying layer of powder. Here is Opal, which is a shimmering or metallic brown with kind of a taupey or smoked purple undertone. I think it'll depend on the light whether it flashes that very slight purple tone or not. And here is Midnight, which is a really deep silvered gray with a shimmering finish. Okay, so there are the 6 shades from the first or top row of the Gilded Gold palette. From the second row we have Bone, which is a matte ivory. Next is Tan, which is a light tan shade with a matte finish. Here's Singed, which is a soft, cool-toned brown. Here's Scorched, which is a medium, warm-toned brown. All these with matte finishes. Here's Lava, which is a muted slate plum with a matte finish. And Coal, which is a super deep matte gray color. Alright, so there are the shades from the second row of the palette. All of them have matte finishes. The second palette is the Rose Gold palette, and these are the 12 shades that you get inside. So we'll start with Champagne, Pink, Hopeless Romantic, Chandelier, Luxe, and Dahlia. Then we'll move on to Prosecco, Bubbles, Breathless, Dessert, Sweetheart, and Orchid. The first shade in the Rose Gold palette is Champagne, which is a pale silvered rose. The next shade is called Pink. This is a really pale frosty pink shade. Next is Hopeless Romantic. This is a dusty pale rose with a shimmering finish. Next is Chandelier, which is a really warm metallic bronze color. The next shade is Luxe, which is this deep taupe with a shimmering finish. And here is Dahlia, which is a super deep purple. It's like a blackened purple with lighter purple shimmer. Okay, so there are your top row shades from the Rose Gold palette. From the second row we have Prosecco, which is a matte off-white or cream. Next is Bubbles, which is a matte, extremely pale pink. Breathless, which is a muted matte mauve. Dessert, which is a matte medium brown. Sweetheart, which is also a medium matte brown. And Orchid, which is a slate or grayed purple color, also a matte finish. Okay, and there you have the second row of colors from the Rose Gold palette. Okay, so there are the two new 12-piece natural eyeshadow palettes from Ulta. I actually think that compared one to the other, the Rose Gold palette, slightly surprisingly, has better overall formulas for the shades. And I say that it's a little surprising usually because the more natural toned or neutral toned eyeshadows have smoother formulas, but I found that the shadows in the Rose Gold palette had better pigmentation, a little better pigmentation, and definitely more of a smooth finish on the skin compared to the Gilded Gold palette. And that Gilded Gold palette had those couple of shades that were more flaky. So all of this is to say, please make sure if you are interested in the quality of the shadows once applied, in application, in practical use, please make sure that you go to the reviews that I will link in the description box for you, because the swatches are usually very similar to how shadows apply and function, but sometimes there are differences that are really worth noting. So from my first impression, I see that these are more soft shades overall. There isn't super bold pigmentation on any of them. And the texture of the shadows could definitely be more creamy and soft and smooth, but I think that for $20 and getting 12 shades in each palette, this is a very good affordable option for someone wanting to have a palette around, or if you are someone who is more starting out with makeup, building their collection, learning how to use different shades to create eye looks, this is a really good option for you because you don't have to invest $40 or $50 in a palette and you're still getting pretty good quality and a nice range of colors. You can't really find palettes like this for this cheap at the drugstore. You know, you have those Maybelline palettes. Those are pretty much the only palettes that are available at the drugstore range. And the Ulta palettes are only a little more expensive than those. You get 12 shades, and I think a lot of people would think that these are better quality than those. Even in Sephora's in-house brand, you can't really get palettes with this many shades in them at just $20. So definitely an affordable option for those that need to stay within this price range. Again, further thoughts after testing will be in the review at allurabeauty.com. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. I hope that this video was helpful to you, and if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Thanks for taking the time to watch. Good luck in entering the giveaway, and I'll see you in the next video. So I'm really happy to get to bring you every single color and product that is new this time in the line. Stay tuned for the same kind of video for Jordana's new Spring 2014 items, which there are also a ton of.